Calgary Stampede went into toward paddock and up towards it.
Well, hello everybody, it's Suffolk Andy here, standing in a field in Suffolk. I thought I'd just show you a little trick that the farmers in Suffolk use. If you can see this wheat field here, and you can see this yellow line going up the outside and up the upside this side. Well, this is an old trick in Suffolk, you know. The Suffolk rabbits don't like custard. So what they do, they plant their fields, put a row of custard in either side of the field, and it keeps the rabbits away. It's an old trick, so if you know any farmers in your country, tell them to put a little bit of custard round the fields, and no rabbit problem. Job's a good one. Anyway, let's get on with the ride. You know, I'd tell you no lies, you know that. You know I wouldn't spin a story. Right, I'm going to make my way out to Hadley. This little old back road. We've been down here before. I think we've come the other way. Anyway. Right, I'm going to make a vlog today, but I'm not really going to have a subject of subjects. To tell you the truth, I haven't got one. Nothing's really caught my eye this week. So I thought, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just talk to you folks. There's one or two things that I'd like to say. One is on the response from the vlog I done on wheelie or not to wheelie. The response to that has been pretty bloody good, and a lot of people agreed with what I was saying, that wheeling really should not be on public roads or in a place where there's cars and people. If you're going to do it on a public road, do it on a road like this, you know, nobody about. I think everybody agreed with that. Don't be a hooligan. Well, Captain Cranky, and if you haven't heard of Captain Cranky, he's an Australian vlogger. I don't think he'll mind to say that he's an Irishman living abroad, because he is, and he's a lovely fella. He done a response to it. He went out on a ride with a lot of the Australian guys, and they were pestered by a load of youngsters turned up on motos, and basically rid like fucking knobs, overtaking on blind corners, wheeling, cutting people up. Captain Cranky at one time was nearly put into a ditch by them. Didn't go down well, absolutely like hooligans. And at the end of the ride, I think they were told to get lost, basically, and don't ever come back on their rides again, which was sad, really. So he's done a response to that. Go and have a look at his channel if you've never heard of him. Well worth a look. He's a good bloody vlogger. So yeah, so this wheeling thing that went very, very well. Now, you know, sometimes when you go on about safety on motorbikes and stuff like that, you know, you don't want to, like me, I don't really want to sound like the fun police, because, hey, you know, we've got bikes to have fun. Oh, look at this guy, like, he's really giving it some, look. Gee, I'd love to fucking slap his ass as I went past. So anyway, yeah, I don't want to sound like the fun police, because that's not what bikes are about. Bikes are about fun and having fun and enjoying your bike, enjoying your ride outs with your mates, you know, enjoying everything about it. But if you're going to be a knob on your own. Go and do your own thing, and then if you know, get yourself dispatched, as they say, Darwin's theory, like a lot of people say, that's up to you. Anyway, not trying to be the fun police there. I see another vlog the other day about a guy, I can't remember his name now, I'm terrible with names. He was talking about somebody had put something up like, basically, if you ride a bike, you expect to be killed, which is friggin' ridiculous, absolutely stupid, and he said the same. And he also said, you know, live life to the full. You know, life is short. You know, some of us live longer, some of us live shorter, but live life to the full. Get everything you can out of it, because it's an experience. And I always say, whatever age you are, burn that candle bright and keep it bright. That's all I'm going to say on that little subject. Anyway, this is Hadley, little town of Hadley. Supposedly supposed to be the wettest place in Suffolk, so I've been told. It sits in a little dip, this little town, and apparently it rains a lot here. Done a lot of work here myself in the past on building work and stuff. Know it quite well. I'm going to tell you a funny story. It's about my dad, actually. The old man, he passed on about 10 months ago, actually, but I'm going to tell you one or two stories about him. He was such a character. Oh, such a character, it was unbelievable. Anyway, I'm going to tell you a story. Try and keep it short. When he was younger, after the war, he was posted to Germany in Berlin, and he was there a couple of years, and after that, all his life he thought he was a fluent German speaker, but he couldn't speak hardly a word really. But he used to say he could speak this German. Anyway, in about 1975, I went on holiday with my wife and my mum and dad, and my nana and granddad, and we all went off to Spain. And we had a night on the piss one night at this big ranch place, and there was a lot of Germans there and a lot of Brits. And anyway, cut a long story short, my dad got pissed up because he liked the old drink now and then. Got pissed up, and he got so drunk he got sort of in with these German girls. He was talking German to him, and he thought he was talking German back. I just think they thought he was funny, you know. But anyway, my mum weren't that fucking chuffed about it. Come out with you, she said, and all you do is chat up them German girls, you know. So, fucking traffic. So anyway, when we left, he was as drunk as a skunk, and there was a big flight of stairs that went down to where you got your coaches back to the hotels. Well, my old man decided he'd fall from the top to the bottom, which he did. And they must have been like 25 steps. It was quite a drop. And he fell from one to the top to the bottom, jumped up like a jumping top, and he hadn't even got a scratch on him. He hadn't even hurt himself. I couldn't believe it. But it gets worse. When we got back on the coach, he said, I feel sick. So we thought, oh my God, we've got half an hour to go here, you know, can't have him pooking up everywhere. So my old mother-in-law at the time, who was on holiday with us, gave him a plastic bag, which he then filled up a spoo. So he said, this bag is full up of spoo and I still feel sick. So she said, well, I got one more of this one, Eric. So she gave him the bag, and he threw up in that one as well. And then he announced, I've lost me false teeth. Where's me false teeth? I was like, oh God. I said, Dad, what you done with them? He said, they're in these bags and I don't know which one. Like, oh my God, what are we going to do? He's holding 2 bags of spoo with his teeth in. So anyway, cut a long story short, when we got off the bus, my old mother-in-law, God bless her, she tipped the 2 bags out on the floor, rifled through them with her hand and picked up the teeth, and he put them back in his mouth. So, and that's the truth. But the funniest one was, oh, must be 10 years ago now, he got pissed up and locked himself in the toilet, pissed up, and he was being sick and we couldn't get him out. So anyway, when we got him out, I said, Dad, I said, you got no teeth? He said, oh shit, son, he said, I think I flushed them down the toilet. Which he had, he'd flashed his teeth down the toilet. Stupid old sod. So anyway, cut a long story short, he went down to the local sewerage works next day, and they had a big box full of teeth that had come through, and he picked out his teeth, put them back in, happy as Larry, job done. So if you believe that, you'll believe anything. He did lose his teeth down the toilet, trust me. But anyway, that's just a couple of stories about my old man. I've got so many about him. He was such a character. And I'll tell you what, if you'd have met him, you'd have fucking loved him. He was such a people's person and such a generous man. But anyway, just a couple of little stories about my old man. Do you know I'm going on and on here today? I mean, stop it. This bloody vlog will be about 10 hours long. I don't know. So I think I'm going to call it a day now. As I always say to you folks, boys and girls, all drive safe. Don't get into those arguments with these cages, or car drivers as we call them. Love each other, that's the main thing. Suffolk Andy!